Everybody, y'all look like you're happy to be here this morning. I'm not really happy to be here this morning. When D-Mark scheduled this with me a while back, we didn't have all these issues out there, and when I make a commitment to do something, I'm going to do it. D-Mark's been a longtime friend, and I appreciate him very much. And D-Mark, I want to tell you how much I appreciate all you do for high school athletics. You've had a long and storied career supporting kids. You supported them kids through the youth leagues. You supported kids through high school athletics. And, you know, God's going to bless you 1,000-fold for all you've given back for so many. And what a great profession that I am privileged to be part of working with students my entire life. You know, this last week we held our summer conference. And in holding our summer conference, we had to do it virtually this year because of COVID. And in that room, we had a group from Central Phoenix City High School led by their teacher, Tim Lorman, and their students who facilitated the video portion of the conference. And I think that's what I miss the most when I watch those students do a wonderful job producing our event. I was so thankful for all of our educators and all they do to support kids, especially coaches. You know, I know our world would be in a much better place today if everyone practiced the safety guidelines that our coaches have been practicing since June the 4th. When our coaches started June 4th, they wore masks. You know, our mayor of Montgomery, I'm very proud of our mayor of Montgomery. I live in Montgomery. I have my granddaughter with us this week in Montgomery, Alabama. And everywhere we go, we wear a mask. And we wear a mask for the health, safety, and well-being, not only of us, but for those around us. Montgomery was the hot spot in our state regarding COVID-19 a month ago. And because of his courage and his leadership and asking us all to wear masks and mandating it, he's cut the amount of COVID-19 cases in half in Montgomery. I think we can all learn statewide, all of us learned, that it's truly important that we all wear masks during this virus. I'm thankful the governor instituted a mandate that we all wear a mask in public, and I encourage all of you to do it. Many of you, there's some people that have a viewpoint that this is not real or it does affect people, as our son-in-law has tested positive for COVID-19. So it is something that we all are concerned about. But if we do what we're asked to do, we can all learn how to live with the virus. And that's the key for us, is learning how to mitigate the possibility of receiving this terrible virus out there. We are looking forward to starting football practice as normal the week of August 3rd, beginning July 27th with an acclimation period. We will have an acclimation period. Our board will discuss all of these things tomorrow. And when I talk to you, I will let you know everything I talk about is current. But when I get in that car and I start answering all these phone calls that I've received just since I've been in here, I never know how our world changes, just like you don't. But I've asked all of our schools to be flexible, to be patient, and be understanding, because our life is not as normal as we'd like it to be. And hopefully this will make us appreciate the good times that we had. You know, I look forward in the fall to waking up on Saturdays and watching college game day. You know, I coached for many years, and I've lost the perspective of being a fan. I'm a fan again now because I have more time and I don't coach, and I don't have to drive up to Opelika to play the Bulldogs anymore, D-Mark, even though I always like to bring up, I used to enjoy that trip. But being a fan again, I want to experience college game day again, college athletics, professional athletics, but most importantly, our high school sports for our kids. So if we all practice what we're supposed to do and everybody does their job, hopefully we can have as normal a season as humanly possible. Our board tomorrow will be presented with a plan. We are going to hold a press conference Thursday at 1 o'clock. And Thursday at 1 o'clock, we will release our plan for return to play. But it is a return to play. It is not a delay document. It is not a document that will say we're not playing sports. We will have a return to play document. Now, that can be tweeted. That's why I'm not going to talk about it today. It can be tweaked, by the board. We'll have a work session tonight. We'll meet again tomorrow, and we'll finalize that document. We'll probably have to tweak it again after the board meeting, and that's why our press conference will be Thursday, and we'll get it out to everyone. But we look forward to having a season. We want to provide our schools as much flexibility so they will be able to participate in some form or capacity during the fall season of 2020. I want to thank our staff. We have Alvin Briggs here with us today, who's in the back, the Associate Executive Director, but all of our staff who've worked tirelessly all summer long to put together the best plan possible, enabling our schools to return. I'm thankful that the National Federation of High Schools is providing all of our schools in the Alabama High School Athletic Association 2 free Pixelot cameras, allowing them to live stream events to families, folks my age, 45. I just want to see if y'all even listening to me out there. And I can't believe some of you even smiling on that. But people my age that may not be able to come and be in the stands, or fans if there's limitations placed by local ordinances, that they'll have a way to watch our games. I'm very thankful for the school broadcast programs, the NFHS network, for allowing many of our schools across the state of Alabama to broadcast their games. So we're going to do everything possible to have a high school football season this year. We look forward to working with our schools in providing the safest environment that is humanly possible. Does anybody have any questions? Has D-Mark put the hiatus on you? I'll answer a couple of questions. Just say it, I can hear you. I'll repeat the question.
I got one question. Are you going to imply any new rules on equipment, so like face masks? Everybody wear gloves.
Great question about equipment, gloves, those types of things. A lot of people, it's a great question because it relates to a lot of different things. A lot of people think the Alabama High School Athletic Association makes game rules or equipment rules. We do not. We are a member of the National Federation of High Schools, which D-Mark mentioned, and that every state, Alabama being one, every state out of the 50 states has one representative on a rule committee. The National Federation Board of Directors institutes all rules for playing. We will release Thursday some rules, modifications that we will have to get ready to play football this year. They talk about gloves, they talk about shields. All of that will be in the National Federation rule modifications.
And one last question, sidelines, are you going to extend the sidelines?
Yes, sir. That's one of the rule modifications. The question was, what about sidelines? Will they be extended? We'll give the opportunity for schools to extend their sidelines from 10 to 10. Timeouts will go from 1 minute to 2 minutes to allow more time for cleaning. We also have to, this will all be covered Thursday, and it'll be all available to all of you online on our website Thursday. But we will have to be able to hydrate. We have to hydrate differently. Now we have to have hydration for officials. We have to have hydration for our students, personal hydration equipment. So all of this, everything will be cleaned every day. Our coaches have done an awesome job with this all summer long. But I want to say this to all you athletes that are in here. You also have a personal responsibility that when you go home, you're committed. You are committed to the safety of your teams and those around you, because we can take all the steps we'll do at school. I mean, Dr. Mackey has a wonderful plan from the Alabama State Department of Education. But if we don't take care of our personal responsibility once we leave, we could jeopardize our seasons.
Steve, you mentioned it being a return to play plan, but do you anticipate in this meeting tomorrow the things that Mississippi, Florida, and Georgia have been talking about coming up as part of the discussion?
There's nothing that I will say may not or may be part of that discussion tomorrow, because I do think it will be. There's always discussion, and I'll discuss this more on Thursday, but I promise you, every state in the country. I have a call at 2 o'clock today with all executive directors across the United States, and then I'll update our board on that tonight and tomorrow, but it will be discussed.
One more, is that okay? Coach Sav, thank you very much for being here. You and Alvin, I appreciate you driving down. Steve Savarese.
You were really nice to me today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate what you did.
Let me sum up by saying this. To the media, I want to say this first of all. Thank you so much for what you do every day. We really appreciate you. Thanks for telling our story, because we have a great story. We have a great story about student athletes, and this is a special time, and we want to return our children to their childhood. We want them to experience this year, to have some type of athletic experience in the safest environment possible. And thank you for telling our story. Thank you for covering us the way you do. You do an awesome job. And I want to ask for your patience and understanding. I want to thank you for your patience and understanding with me today. But I also want to thank you proactively. The sideline will be different. You may have to go in a corner somewhere. Non-essentials will not be allowed on the sideline. Tomorrow, when we have our board meeting, our staff will not even be allowed to attend. And we have spacing issues. We have an auditorium. We'll make sure we meet the guidelines, but everyone is going to have to sacrifice a little bit. So I want to thank you ahead of time for what you will do during this season. And if you ever have any questions, contact Ron Ingram at our office. He's an icon, and he will be glad to assist you in any way. But I look forward to seeing you down the road somewhere, and God bless you, and please stay healthy.
Thank you.